This morning over, well, it's nearly 4 decades of comic relief. It's raised a staggering £1.5 billion over the years for good causes, all through the medium of laughter.
So Lenny Henry has been at the helm of the campaign since its formation in 1985. We're going to speak to him in just a second, but first, let's take a look at what's in store.
OK, like I said in the email, we want this to be the best Red Nose Day ever. Everybody's got to do something funny for money. So, what have you got?
Babes, I've got loads of ideas. I'm an iconic hun after all. Something honey for money.
Alison, it's something funny for money.
Ah, right, I missed that one.
Lenny, you could join me. I'm singing for 24 hours.
Yes! I can't keep snogging people on the show. I've got to stop. Well, unless it was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I'd snog him, yeah. Fancy another one? Yeah, just one.
I'm at the Palladium doing the comedy gig. You know this!
Ah, of course.
So I was thinking I could do a sponsored silence for an episode of my podcast. So it'd be like this. I am still workshopping ideas, if I'm honest.
Lenny, darling, I'm so excited for Red Nose Day. Actually, I'm just about to take off for my sponsored skydive.
I love your face. Lenny, we've got so many questions to ask you. I've got a list of questions I've prepared here, all about comic relief. I'm going to throw them away because my first question is about you. Lenny,
don't throw them away. Why are you doing that?
What first, just going to start with you. What's happening? Seen
Well,
reports
of course,
in the
we're on
papers.
the 15th of March. What? What's that you're asking?
I was saying we've seen reports in the papers this morning that you've made a big decision about comic relief.
Oh, thank God, I thought it was about something else. Yes, I'm not going to be hosting any more comic reliefs after this. I will make special appearances because I'm a life president. I'll be doing fundraising stuff, but I just won't be hosting on the night. I'll probably still do documentaries and announcements and things, but this is my last time of hosting the evening. I've only ever had one night off, and that was when I did Othello at West Yorkshire Playhouse. But this will be the last time I host, because I think it's time to hand on to the new generation. There's all these new wonderful comedians on with podcasts and, 9 million followers, and they, those guys or women should be hosting comic relief now, so that the young people and the new influx of viewers can plug into the next stage of comic relief, because there will be a next stage, and because we want to continue tackling issues of poverty and injustice, and it's time to hand over the reins, as it were.
Well, we will miss you massively because you've been so much a part of comic relief over so many years. But looking back over those years, I mean, what are the things that will always stay with you about your involvement?
I think every trip to a project, I mean, all the comedy stuff is great, but every time I've been to the continent of Africa or been to projects in the UK and seen just what the British public's money does in terms of poverty and injustice, it's so inspiring that people at home who are struggling themselves, because don't forget, people are going through incredibly tough times at the moment with the cost of living crisis. People are struggling with homelessness. We're providing safe shelter. My sister Bev runs a food bank that's probably sponsored by Comic Relief. These are all things that we're helping with, and it's something we've always wanted to do, both here and beyond our shores. And I'm so chuffed that we as a people do this. Whatever anybody says, no matter what the mean people say, the fact that Comic Relief is still here, still doing stuff with that brilliant team, I'm really proud to have been involved, and will continue to be proud to be involved. And so I'm leaving, but I'm not leaving.
And when you look back, Lenny, we're seeing like some incredible images now of the work that you've been doing over the last decades, of all the places you visited, all the fun, all the serious stuff too. What are the things that will stay with you?
I think when I went to Kibera to do a show called Famous Rich and in the Slums, or whatever it's called, I can't remember. And it was one of the most immersive and horrible experiences, but there was joy at the end of it, because there were these 3 kids. The eldest boy was called Bernard, living in a house with no lights, no plumbing, no electricity, 3 Dickensian blocked toilets, and there were 3 of them. And Bernard was the de facto parent because his mum and dad had passed away in horrible circumstances. and we were supposed to be filming a kind of a semi-jolly documentary about what are we going to do to help these kids. And in the midst of it, I kind of had this massive epiphany and was crying and said, we shouldn't be doing this. We should just try and get them somewhere to live and have safe shelter, because that's one of our things. And oh my God, the crew said, okay. And the comic relief people said, okay. And despite what the documentaries people were doing, which was, no, we've got to do this part of the documentary, we went straight to trying to find them somewhere to be for that night and then work on where to get them. And that was one of the most inspirational, no, let's not do this show, let's do this other thing where we get these kids somewhere safe to be tonight. And being somewhere where people are queuing up because they've been in a war, refugees queuing up for food, and actually seeing British money go to work, helping, all of those things make me go, yeah, people want to tackle poverty and provide food and mental health stuff and safe shelter and do things about climate change. They want to contribute, and they just want to know, you know, the British public are like, point us in the right direction, we'll do it. And thankfully, things like Red Nose Day, and also even things like the first thing we did, which was the night at the Shaftesbury Theatre. We're doing that again on the 26th of February. We're doing it here at this beautiful theatre, the London Palladium. It's a night of comic relief with all your favourite comics, and hopefully some of this generation, Aisling B and Mawan, will be the future of comic relief. We've got a new Red Nose. It's biodegradable. We got feedback from a lot of people, and they said the plastic thing's got to go, and this is the new thing, so we've got that. And the great thing about this nose, it's probably one of the funniest noses we've ever had, because it's got a joke on it. There's a QR code, and you scan it, and it tells you probably a legendarily, not particularly funny, but brilliant joke. So I would do that. They're £2 from Amazon. They're really good.
Hold it there, Lenny. I'm going to try and scan it while you've got it on the screen.
Are you?
Let's see
I'll
what
try and
the
get
joke
on my
is.
skis. Here we go.
This is like...
I need a joke. We'll try. Although I feel a bit bad doing that because I haven't paid for the nose, so that's a bit wrong, isn't it? No. Thank you very much.
well, you
indeed.
need to pay for the nose. I'm not going to do that.
That would be cheating. We just played a little taster of some of the people you've got this year. Joan Collins skydiving? Really?
Yes, I think that's going to happen. I don't think she was just doing it for a joke. Joan Collins is literally going to jump out of a plane for comic relief. It's going to be good. And we've got loads of guests on the night. We can't tell you any of them. The musical performances, we love those. All your favourite comedians, all your favourite hosts. It's going to be fantastic. There's going to be I think there's going to be a late night look back with me hosting. It's going to be sensational. And people need to watch. If they need more information, bbc.co.uk/Red Nose Day, and everything is there. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be one of the best nights of my life. So people need to watch.
Wow. And Lenny, it's always hugely ambitious. There's like, I mean, we're talking about Joan Collins skydiving, but the sky really is the limit, isn't it?
Yeah, and the films are beautiful, beautifully made. And I just want to say if I've never said it before, a huge thank you to everybody who works behind the scenes on Comic Relief. It doesn't happen, it's not just me and Richard in a room going, what are we going to do? It's everybody in a room. It's all the camera crews, it's all the editors, it's all the sound people, it's all the people who think of ideas and all the writers and all the people who give their time for free. And of course, the British public. We're so proud of the British public for helping us get over £1.5 billion. But the work continues. The problems seem to multiply every day and don't go away. And we want you to know that Comic Relief is here. And if you'll back us, we'll keep going.
So, Lenny Henry, thank you very much indeed for announcing that here on Breakfast. 15th of March. We look forward to it and celebrating Comic Relief. Thank you so much.
And to 26th of February at the London Palladium.
Oh,
okay.
yes.
See you
You've
there.
got that. Don't forget, don't get the dates wrong.
Don't get the dates wrong.